my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I am going to do one of my favorite things to do, and that is opening a box from COS. So I thought we could open these COS parcels that I have together. I think there are about 10 pieces because it always starts out with just one piece that I see somewhere on social media that I really want, and then it just adds on. I don't know how it happens, but it does. And there are some really great pieces here today. Hopefully they will fit and look as good in real life as they did online. But I have been updating my spring wardrobe, so there are a lot of very classic pieces here, but also somewhat slightly more trendy as well. So hopefully it's a good mix. So the first piece I have is a pair of light blue denim jeans. Light blue, not super light, but I thought these were really good for spring. I have tried this model before, and these are I think they're the column jeans. Regular fit, straight leg, high rise and full length. And I got these in a size 26. I really like the way this model of jeans just fits in the waist and also the hip. I think it just is really flattering while still being a sort of straight, wide leg. It's not overly wide, but it's definitely more than just a straight leg. I am going to try them on with a top, so let me find that. So I just gave this top a little bit of a steam. I'm going to do that for these pieces. It just looks better and more realistic to what these are actually going to look like on a day-to-day basis, not with the like fold marks and everything. And I think what COS does really well is that sort of high quality, elevated looking basic, which is why I keep coming back to them. I just think they definitely look a bit of a step up in terms of being a high street brand. And I really like this one. I have definitely gotten a thing for these sort of knit t-shirts because it's not your typical cotton jersey knit, but this is a very fine knit still, so I think this is going to be great all throughout spring. I got this in a size extra small because COS sizing tends to be a little bit big. This isn't looking very big, so we'll see when I get it on. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, yes, this is a little bit smaller than I would have preferred, so I'm probably going to return this and see if I can get the size up because the quality is beautiful. This is really nice and soft. It's obviously 100% cotton and it has a nice amount of stretch, but it still feels like this is something that is going to keep its shape a little bit. Just judging by the fact that this fabric is a little bit more densely knitted, which I think is a good sign. I think it's a really beautiful piece and such a great basic, something you can wear on repeat for many years to come. Definitely nothing overly trendy about that. And these jeans are similar. They are exactly what I wanted. So let me move the camera so you can see. So I just popped on some boots with these because they were a little bit on the long side and they just bunch up in at the bottom. It looks a little bit unattractive, so I thought you could just see it how I'm actually going to be wearing these. And they're not overly long on me, which is a good thing for me, something to keep in mind. I am on the shorter side. I am 160 centimeters or 5'3" on a good day. But what I really love about this model of jeans is that it's nicely fitted in the waist and then all the way down to the hips. I think it just gives a really nice balance to a lot of different outfits as well. And yeah, as you can see, it's not overly wide, but definitely a pair of wide leg jeans. I really enjoy these. I can say right now they are going straight into my capsule wardrobe. All right, let's do another top, shall we? Okay, this is not exactly what I had in mind when I bought it. It's still adorable, but this pink vest right here, this is so fussy. I think this is a mohair blend something. Let me get the fabric composition of it. It's 70% mohair and 30% wool. Fantastic fabric composition, and it's 89 euros, which I think is really not a bad price if you're also like me trying to fill your wardrobe with as much natural materials as possible. Great that this is 100% natural materials. I just hate when they blend in anything else. Okay, I'm not going to go on that rant now. This is, as you can see, a vest, and vests are really popular this season. They have been for a while, and this very powdery pink is also definitely in the trend picture. I think maybe it looks a little bit more lilac-y in real life. I think it does in camera as well. On the website, I think it just looked a little bit more pink, if that makes sense. So I think this is probably not the best color on me. I feel like it makes me look a little bit sallow, which is a shame because it's like a really beautiful piece. Let me try it on so you can see. Oh, I think it's a real shame about the color because this is such a cool top. I really, really enjoy this actually. Sometimes I have a problem with these vests being way too relaxed and casual and way too low here, but this you could actually wear on its own as just a top. I think that is perfect for spring. It's really nice and soft as well. Obviously it will give you some warmth, even though it doesn't have any sleeves because it is a wool and mohair blend. And I love the little ribbed sort of knit bands, both at the neckline and also here. I think it adds such a nice detail, and you can kind of push the waistband up a little bit if you want that more defined waist and just a sort of different silhouette to it. I think it looks really good. I'm really sad I feel like the color isn't working because I know I'm not going to wear it when the color is wrong on me. So yeah, it's a really cool top, and I could definitely see this layered over shirts as well if you want a long sleeve, if you feel like this isn't versatile enough. I have one more vest. Should we just try to do that one? This is quite different. As you can see, it's a completely different silhouette. So it's much more like those vests I mentioned that they have a more laid back and relaxed style. I'm going to try this one on. This is in a size extra small, and this is in 95% wool, 4% polyamide and 1% elastane. Like I mentioned, I just think it's so annoying. Did you really need to add those 5% of non-natural materials? Because I just really prefer it to be 100%, especially when they get that close. And this was 99 euros. All right, this is quite different. As you can see, it's a completely different silhouette to it. It's much more oversized and very roomy, and again, extra small. So this is definitely roomy. It's also much longer. I'm not entirely sure. This is, you can see sort of my bra through the armhole here, but it's not too bad. I definitely feel like I could wear this. I mean, how do we feel about this one? I feel like maybe it's too long on me. Like if it were a bit more like this, it would maybe be a little bit more wearable. I suppose I could just fold it up like this. I think it's going to stay. Yes, I definitely feel like this is a much more comfortable silhouette on me. Again, because I am shorter, I don't want anything that is dividing my body in half, because it just is really not the most flattering, I don't think. I don't feel my best in it. The color is beautiful. It's super, super soft. I really love the V-neck and the sort of longer shoulder line here. I think that is really flattering and really sort of making it a bit more relaxed. I think this would look so good with a pair of grey tailored trousers for a sort of monochromatic, more relaxed take on the tailoring trend. Let me know, what do you think? I'm not sure I'm feeling like 100% in love with it. I felt so much for the previous one, so maybe, I don't know. But it is again, fantastic basic, and if you want to get in on the vest trend, I think this is a really, really good and very versatile example of it. Okay, here we have the piece that started this entire haul, this cardigan, and this has been sold out many times, so I made this haul as soon as I saw it was back in stock. Very classic, very basic. There is nothing too standouty about this cardigan apart from the fact that it has a sailor collar, and the sailor trend is apparently happening. It is apparently a trend that is going on this year. Not something I have consciously thought that I want to participate in whatsoever, but I do really love this collar. It's just really cool. I don't know what makes it so special, but I just love it. This is in a size extra small. Again, I tend to size down for COS simply because their clothes tend to be so large. This was 99 euros, same as this one. It is 100% wool, which we love. All right, this is just as good as I hoped it would be. I think this is the perfect blend of casual and put together. Because of the collar, you just have a more relaxed detail to it. I don't know why, it just feels a little bit more sort of laid back. Like this would be really good elevated loungewear, but I feel like you could definitely wear this out and look really chic and put together as well. I think this collar would look so good draped over outerwear, the way a lot of people do with hoodies, for example. I just think it perfectly nails that elevated basic look, because a cardigan is just such a versatile piece, and I love the grey as well, as I have already mentioned and demonstrated in so many of my outfits. I think it's a really great sort of mid-tone shade, such a good piece. I can see this working for so many different things. It feels really nice and soft against the skin as well. You definitely don't need a layering piece underneath this. I feel like the only thing dragging it down really are these buttons. They don't look particularly sort of elevated or expensive in my opinion, but they're fine. they're completely fine. And as I mentioned, an extra small, you can see it's really nice and roomy in the sleeves and everywhere, so you can definitely feel safe to size down unless you want a really sort of baggy look on this. I'd love to hear what you think about this as well. I don't particularly feel like I am participating in the sailor trend with this cardigan, but I'm also not mad at it. So let me know, what are we doing with this sailor trend? Is it happening? Is it not? What do we think? Is it just a social media hype thing? I don't really know, but I have a pair of tailored trousers and I always like the COS trousers. They are just really nicely finished, so I'm really excited about these. Let's take a look. Ooh, they're much grayer than I thought. Okay, I can probably criticize COS a little bit for having strange color on their website. It might also just be the screen when I ordered. These are a pair of tailored trousers. I forget what the color was called, but they definitely looked quite a tan in the photos online, and this looks really grey and much darker as well, like a warm grey. Quite surprising, but I'm going to try them on anyways. I'm not mad at the colour, it's just really not what I thought I was ordering, if that makes sense. Like, the colour I saw online was very much something I wanted for my spring wardrobe, whereas this feels like perfect for an autumn wardrobe. Anyways, one of the reasons I really love COS trousers is they have an elastic on the inside and the waistband on both sides here, which means that you can actually tighten the waistline and let it out a little bit. I love this adjustability, and I have praised a lot of H&M trousers because they have a partially elasticated waistband in the back, which doesn't look amazing, but it really feels amazing, and it means you always have a nicely fitted fit at the front and it just looks really good, whereas if you have a fully elasticated waistband, that's a whole different look. But this is obviously that step up. It really makes the piece a little bit more elevated, and it's really good. So it's a feature I have loved quite a lot in my other COS trousers, and I'm happy to see it here as well. Ooh, I didn't even look at the fabric composition when I ordered this. I suppose when I buy from COS, I just expect the pieces to be natural materials, but this is actually 54% polyester, 44% wool and 2% elastane, which I would have preferred something other than polyester. I got a size EU 34 because that is the size I have in my other trousers. That's a UK 6, and these were 125 euros or 115 pounds. All right, I'm feeling quite conflicted. Definitely need your input on this. Let me move the camera. Okay, so hopefully you can see the fit of these. The cardigan is a bit too long, so it's hiding the trousers a bit. Let me show you. First of all, the sizing is it getting bigger? It's the same size I have in other trousers, but I had to tighten the elastics on both sides, and it's still like a little bit roomier than I would like. Maybe they do have a size down. I would say size down properly, maybe even 2 sizes for these trousers. But I really like the silhouette of them. Again, you have that fitted from waist to hip that I think is so flattering, and then it just goes straight down. I love the pleats as well. I don't think they're too overwhelming. Sometimes they can make trousers look quite sort of bulky and like there's too much volume, but I quite like these. I have put some heels on with these just because they are a little bit long, and I feel like I have to mention that I didn't actually steam these because polyester content is very likely responsible for me not needing to steam them. Polyester has the side effect that sometimes, not always, you do get polyester that wrinkles, but sometimes it's added to make trousers really wrinkle resistant, and that has definitely happened here. Don't get me wrong, they would look even better if I did steam them, but hey ho, trying to get through this video here. So let me know, what do we think? It's just not really what I had in mind, so I'm feeling a bit like surprised, and I don't know, but I do love them apart from the issues I talked about, so I'd love to hear what you think about them as well. Now I have a shirt that I think is going to look really good with these trousers, so let me just, that's going to need a steam, so let me get that and give it a quick steam first. All right, so this piece might be a complete disaster because I bought it from the men's section. I don't know what it is. I love buying things from the men's section because they just have such a different silhouette, and sometimes it really works and sometimes it looks really bad. So let's hope this situation is the former. And this, as the tag says, has a very relaxed fit, which might not really work out. It might be a little bit too open, we'll see. This is 81% cotton and 19% silk. It was 115 euros, and I bought this in a size extra small because obviously since it's from the men's section. I'm trying to size down properly. I'm really curious to see what this looks like on. I think I should just stop talking and try it on. Okay, this is probably not going to work. I'm so sad. It's way too long, so if you're quite tall, this might actually work, but it is way too tight in the hips because it's that long. Oh, that's such a shame. See, this is not really working at all. Well, good on me for trying, right? So this will probably happen a lot. I'd need to use a lot of fashion tape to make this actually work. I just want to tuck it into the trousers to see. This would very quickly become quite inappropriate. Oh, but I love it. I love it. Please work. This is so annoying. So you can see it's kind of bulked up the trousers a little bit, and yeah, I need something like this in my life. You can see it's also quite long on the sleeves, which again makes sense because it's from the men's section. Like, it just takes a little bit of movement and it all comes out. This is also another trend that is happening. I'm not sure I would call it a micro trend, but sort of these draped blouses that are sort of a little bit open, but you can obviously do this if you have a blouse that is not super tight or fitted. You can kind of just style it that way to be a bit draped, and you could even sort of fasten a button or two so it doesn't actually come undone, which would be, you know, not ideal. I really want this to work. I need something like this in my wardrobe for sure, but just something that fits a little bit better. Anyways, we're nearing the end. I see a handbag, so I need to have a look at it right now. Okay, it's smaller than I thought. I feel like I keep saying that about COS handbags. So this is very dark. I feel like usually I'm not this surprised by the color of the items, but this is, as you can see clearly, a clutch handbag, and it is in suede. I am obsessed with suede at the moment, as is everyone else. It's definitely one of the biggest trends, and I do have a few suede and faux suede items already, and I bought a suede COS handbag last year and that was huge. I still wear it a lot. I still really love it. It's one of my best purchases of last year, so I feel very confident in buying COS handbags. I feel like they're really good quality, and they always have really cool designs that are sort of designer inspired, but they're not a straight up copy or rip off. So I feel like if you want something that looks really designer but doesn't look like you tried to buy a replica of it, COS is a fantastic place to look. And it is a clutch handbag that is sort of open and closed with a drawstring. It's very inconvenient. Okay, so you do also have a crossbody strap, which obviously makes the handbag a little bit more functional. It's just darker. It's almost black. Like, I thought this was going to be a little bit more brown, if I'm being honest. It's also quite small, but I should have expected that. This is 99 euros, which I think is not a bad price for a suede handbag. I really want to love this, but I don't think that I'm fully quite there. Then I have the final clothing piece. And that is another cardigan, because I can't get enough of cardigans at the moment. So it's this striped one, and they did something quite similar to this with pockets as well. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this just looking at it. It looks a little bit too slouchy, but this is in a size, again, extra small, and it is 100% wool for the price of 89 euros. Okay, this cardigan is super soft. It's also very big. Again, that just seems to be a theme with COS clothing. Long on the sleeves, you could probably fold these up. I see a lot of people do that. It looks not the best on this one. But I do think it is a really nice, very relaxed piece if you're looking for some elevated loungewear, or even something that is going to look good with a pair of jeans, just running errands, sort of more casual outfits. I think this is really good. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the stripes having this like break here, but the quality of it feels beautiful. The knit, again, is really nice and firm, and it just feels super, super soft. It's not too thick either, but it's worth noting that the arm size is really low. So I always point this out when I'm buying knitwear, because it tends to happen with knitwear. When you put outerwear on top of this, you will have some excess bulk unless you have an oversized outerwear piece as well. So just something to keep in mind. It's a beautiful quality piece though. I'm just not entirely sure. This haul has been so strange. Usually when I do COS hauls, I feel like normally there's only 1 or 2 pieces I don't fully love, and here nothing has been a complete disaster, maybe apart from that draped shirt from the men's section, but I think it's only been a couple of pieces that felt like, oh my gosh, yes. So very strange. Normally I feel like my COS hauls don't tend to go this way, so maybe that is just coloring my opinion of this cardigan as well. I have one more accessory piece, and it is no accident that I saved this for last because I'm a little bit embarrassed. I think in my previous COS haul I also bought a pair of earrings, and I think these are earrings as well. And you can tell I do not have pierced ears yet, but in my defense, I have now booked an appointment to go and get my ears pierced, so I might vlog that as well, just to feel like I'm not alone, because I am so stupidly scared of needles that I have just avoided doing it for the longest time. I have wanted to pierce my ears for years. So I finally have an appointment to go and do it, which is why I feel like maybe I can justify buying earrings that I cannot technically even try on in this video. But I'm also using it as motivation, sort of, you have spent money on earrings, now go get them pierced. I know it will be a while until I can actually wear these, because you obviously need to not switch them out for a while. But I feel like COS has done some really, really cool sculptural and sort of pearl-based earrings. And I just thought especially this one is the coolest thing. I absolutely love it. And if I remember correctly from the website, it is recycled brass and then it is plated with gold. So hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. We shall see. But I mean, this is so cool that even if I just get to wear it sometimes for special occasions, that's going to be completely fine. And yeah, as always, I'd love to hear what you think was a winner, what I should return. Obviously, some of these things are very obvious returns, but let me know. I always appreciate your input so much. It just makes these try-ons so much more fun to get your feedback and your thoughts. And I always get so many helpful comments as well, so I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. Bye!